earlier when we read, we stopped on this page, and we talked about some of the ways that you could figure out words you don't know. Let's continue reading this page, or let's continue reading Marina, but I want you to do this page also. Go ahead.
In a few days, little head and tails take shape.
Alright.
Soon when
Keep reading.
big
Did you skip a word?
or big each to wiggle out of their eggs.
You said to wiggle.
Out their eggs.
I'll chat with you about the things I'm writing down in a few minutes. That was page 8, right? Okay, and we had redone 8 earlier. Alright, so you see anything on this page that looks like what you just read about? Can you explain what's going on there?
It's time to wiggle out.
They're trying to wiggle out. What's trying to wiggle out? You could use a word from the book if you're not able to think of what they are.
It's time to wiggle out the eggs.
Oh, out of their eggs. Can you point to where the eggs are in the picture? Alright. And who are they?
Slide.
Are they frogs? Is the word frog on this page?
No.
Frogs. Okay, what do you think? What are they?
Apples.
Ooh, say it again.
Apples.
Tadpoles. You said it correctly this time. Let's see as we read if you can remember to say tadpoles correctly. You've been really stuck on that one as we read this. And we wrote it on our green card as a 2-syllable word that we were stuck on. We wrote it on our blue card to show how to divide the syllable and to remind you that this is a what? Short A. Okay. So, and I've got it noted here now that you've got that word tadpoles, okay? Let's keep reading about this. I haven't really read anything about frogs yet, have we? No? And what the reason why we picked this book selection is because you were interested in frogs, right?
Yeah.
You like the big wide-mouthed frog, the frog and toad. So we're doing a little bit of nonfiction reading. All right, let's see if we can get to some frogs here.
After.
I see you using your fingers. Can I hear the sounds you're working on?
Adding.
Okay.
The jail. There is for a will tadpole
Good job getting that word.
wave their tails and swim out.
What word is that? The last one.
Away.
Away. Did you just need to look twice at it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because away is a sight word, right?
Yeah.
We know away. I heard 3 mistakes on this page. Do you think you can find one of them for me? Touch one of the ones that you think were tricky or a mistake. You touch that word. What? Have you figured out what that word is yet? Fed. I'm going to write the word fed for you. And I'm going to show you the letters in fed. Spell it as I read. As I read.
E-D.
Now I'm going to write the word that you are not saying correctly.
E-E-D. I-N-G.
So, can't be fed, right? These words don't match. Do they have similar letters though?
Yeah.
So you're saying some of the sounds you hear. What do you know? Tell me this. The sound E. I'm going to make the marks above it. What symbol does that mean? It's a what E?
A
Short E. Tell me the sound of short E. What's that?
a long E.
Tell me the sound of a long E.
E.
Okay. You said fed. What I see here is F-E-E-D instead of F-E-D. When we have 2 E's together like that, how do we say that? The short E or the long E?
Long E.
The long E. Can you uncover your mouth, please, so I can make sure I hear you really well? Okay, the long E. Because what is this? I see 2 vowels here. What is this rule that you want to remind yourself of? That's true. And also when we have an EE, we did a whole spelling list unit 1 week on EE words, right? You got them all right. You got an A on that list. So when you see that EE, you should say what? E. You were sleepy this morning. Are you sleepy again?
Yeah.
Oh, mercy. We should do some jumping jacks in a minute or something. How about after we do this, let's see how many pages are left. Maybe a couple more pages. We'll get up and do some jumping jacks. Would you like to do that? You don't care? Are you sleepy? Did you get to bed on time last night? You did. Are your allergies still bothering you? Your eyes are very red today. Alright, let's try to see if we can do this page together and really work hard on this page, okay? See if we need see if we need to add any more words to our card. Because we're going to end up working with these words and sorting them, okay? By sounds, but we're also going to start to sort out some words by meaning too. Remember the last time we worked together, last week we talked about needing to do some words by meanings, right? Okay. You're going to make me yawn if you keep doing that. Alright, let's go back to this word. Try it now with that E sound. When you see those 3 letters, you should say one's E. Good. Now say it all together.
Feeding.
Feeding. So that's one word that we identified. I'm going to put that on a green card because it is a. Type it out for me. Let me check it. Is it a 2-syllable word?
Yeah.
We need to put it on a 2-syllable card. Can you spell it to me?
F-E-E-D-I-N-G.
All right, we've got feeding to add to our green cards. We'll come back to these. Even if we don't come back to them today, next time we work together, we're going to come back to those cards, okay? So we've got feeding down. Is there any other trouble that you have on this page? Oh, you've got one already that you're... Really? I didn't have that marked as an error. I heard you say it correctly. Touch the one that you think is a mistake. Oh, I thought you pointed to the one below it. Okay, so let's talk about that word then. First of all, do you want to spell it to me?
Which one?
The one that you said you had trouble with. Did we already add that to our cards earlier? This morning when we met before school. I thought we had that on our green cards already. Yes, this was on our green cards this morning, so I'm not going to make a new card for it. All right. You had trouble saying this word? Okay. Why don't you try to say it right now? I heard every sound correctly. What word? Jelly. Kind of like peanut butter and jelly. Like jelly that you put on bread, but look at the picture. They're obviously not talking about that kind of jelly, right? It looks like they're what are made of, like a jelly. Let's look back here at these pictures. These were a little bit more detailed pictures.
The eggs?
They're eggs. Can you say that in a sentence? They're eggs what? Their eggs are jelly. Okay, so that's what they're talking about when they're talking about jelly. Not like peanut butter jelly, but it's the same spelling for that word. Jelly. Okay, and I had some notes back here for how you said that earlier. What did you call jelly? You just called it gel. So you were close. What did you forget that sound makes? An E, yeah. And Y can make different sounds, right? That Y makes an E. So since we've already got that on a card, we can move on. Now I want to look at the third mistake that you made on there. Can you find it? What word is that? Whale? Okay. I'm going to write the word whale. Spell it while I write it. Whale. Spell that word to me. So did these words look similar? Very similar. What's the only difference in those two words?
Because whale have
So, since you've got the P and the O, correct, okay? And you did a long A, which was excellent. Why did you say a long A? Because of what at the end? Okay, so a long vowel is very good because this is still a long vowel. Same rule. Try it now, though. Use your fingers. While. Stop while. Yeah. Like, sit here while I write this down. Stop while. It's just one sound, right? So what color card should I put it on if it's a one-syllable word?
Yellow.
Yellow. Spell it for me. Okay. All right. What I see in this card is a blend at the beginning, a silent E pattern, or a long vowel silent E pattern, and a consonant. So normally you're really good at picking up these words right now. We'll stick it over here with our words that we'll look at that are very tricky for you. So you've got while, you've sounded that out. One more. Good. Yeah, you had two more mistakes, but you fixed one on your own. Away, you said out at first, but then when I had you look again, you said away right away. So we're not going to count that as a mistake. Can you see one more that you had trouble with? Oh wait, did we just do three of them? We sure did. I'm sorry, Montreal. We did feeding, we did jelly, and we did while. And the other one that you had a mistake with was this, but you got that as soon as I said look again. Okay. All right. Let's do, what do you want to do? Since this is our nonfiction book, let's take a look back through here and go over some of the features of nonfiction. We've got our title and our introduction. Okay. First we looked at what?
Egg.
And then we looked at
Tadpoles.
okay, you're still saying tadpole. You're real close. Look at that A. Tadpoles. We looked at eggs. We looked at tadpoles. Then we looked at tadpoles doing what?
Wiggle
Out.
of eggs.
Okay, so they're wriggling out of their eggs. And now we're reading that they were what?
Feeding. jelly, and their eggs for a while. The tadpoles will wave their tails and swim away.
Okay, so what we've seen in this, if we were going to do a summary chart on this, we could say that from tadpole to frog, they start as a, and then they, well, it says 100 of the eggs stick together and they, oh, that was a word you got earlier, stick with it. Not spoon. A-W. Try it. We're going to come back to that word because we're going to make a vocabulary activity with this later. Okay. I'm going to give you some sounds here. I'm going to block them. Sound. Sound. Ooh. Does A ever say ooh? Well, it's not a w. Let me just try that by itself. Say that. Not own. Say the A. Look at my mouth. Ah. Well, that kind of sounded like an O, didn't it? But it's ah. Spawn. Spawn. Good, good. We'll come back to that word. Do we have spawn on one of our cards? You got it right earlier, so I didn't need to put it on a card. Clap spawn for me and tell me what color card. What color card? Yellow card. Spell it for me.
S-P-A-W.
You spelled that quick. Spelled it more quickly than I could write it. All right. Stick that in our yellow pile. Okay. So, I was going through a summary. All right. From tadpole to frog. They start out as an egg. Spawn. Okay. And then inside the eggs there's what? Tadpoles. And you get it right when I point out that short A, right? Yeah, tadpoles. And then what happens after the tadpoles are in the eggs? They
Wiggle out
the eggs, okay? And they
fed feeding
on the
jelly.
they feed on the jelly. So we've got a pretty good summary of what's going on with a tadpole. And then it looks like something is changing in this section. This might be a good time for us to take a little brain break. I'm going to pause this and you can get up. Let's do some jumping jacks, or do you want, what do you want, music? You want a brain break?
No.
You just want a book break?
Yeah.
You would like a book break? Okay, we can take a little book break.